everybody, if there's anybody out there. I'm going to switch over to Wi-Fi. Hotspot. Okay, it's turned on, so I should be on anyway. I don't know what to do here. Okay, I'm not going to be on very long because I don't know if anybody's going to be on or not. I'll have to rig up another campfire, watchfire one of these days. That'll take me a few days to get that ready. But the reason I'm doing this more is because it's very hard to clear my phone enough to record and then upload later, whether it's to record live on YouTube, to record on YouTube, or to do it just on my, memory bank, internal memory. So consequently, going live, I can just, it's there, it's up, and I get some information out there. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to talk about some principles of building alternative type homes, and specifically earth-bermed shelters, earth-bermed and underground shelter type systems. And I've got a playlist going. You can go to my How to Get Out of Babylon channel and then put that into the search and then put underground homes or earth-bermed homes shelter playlist. Put playlist in, so that'll get you something. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm about. The reason being is because 20 years ago I had a vision of a young couple coming through the woods with a boy and a girl, their son and daughter, and that's put me on a 20-year thing of trying to figure out how to build those homes, build a lot of them, because I felt there were probably hundreds and thousands of these out in the woods, and it was just my sense of it. Maybe I was wrong, maybe I was all wet, who knows. But I've studied every kind of alternative home I can find, and I finally realized that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen one by one home at a time. So that's what I want to look at doing, thinking through it, researching it, and start doing it, to where I will go out and build one here. And, just these little shelters, I'll go into some of them. And my phone's pretty low on memory. That's another reason why I'm probably not going to be on very long. No, it's low on, and I can't run it and point it at this tablet without being plugged in. Come on. Underground shelters and homes, that's the playlist. We're going to unplug this for a while. Turn on battery saver. Okay, I'll try to get by. Oh, it was already turned around. Fiddly-dee. Okay, hello everybody. If anybody's out there, say hi if you're out there. Not gonna be very long. So if you have something else to watch, another live stream you need to get on or something to do, go ahead. This will be here and you can watch it later. So let me get this figured around here to where you can see the tablet. I'll try to hold it stable, and I apologize. Maybe someday I can get my stuff together to where I can share screen. I don't have that capability right now. Underground shelters and homes. Okay. Hi there. How you doing up there, Dan? Good to see you. Or see you on. So I've got a playlist going, and there's I don't know how many videos, probably about 65 videos in it right now. I've been looking at a lot of these videos on underground, solo overnight. Some of them are pretty extravagant, some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are pretty simple. Like I just watched one that wasn't an underground one per se, but it was a shrink wrap. He just built little posts, shrink wrapped it in, and then he built a second wall about 3 feet away from the first one. So he had an entryway. Go in from the side entryway, go across the front porch, as it were, and then go into the little inner shelter. So he had two shelters, a sandwich, and called an envelope house. And he had a wood stove in it and whatnot. So that's very doable. And then he started packing snow on it. You could pack it with dirt in the summertime, off season. You could pack it with dirt and have it be completely underground by the time it next winter rolled around. So anyway, I'm gonna just look at this. The idea is to deal with this idea of building underground homes because some of you may need to do it. Why is it doing that? I don't understand. There we go. Building root cellar, Hobbit house. Build underground shelter, bushcraft skills, modern self-reliance, Atlas survival shelters. I included that one because that's a pretty good idea. A cistern, a septic tank for, and this guy was advocating it for storing like food and ammunition and stuff. But it's an underground thing. You could play with that idea. $699. 2 days underground. Oh no! Don't do that. Got to watch that finger on these feely touchy screens. Primitive survival builder. Do some searching, come up with them. Post a thing if you find a really good one. I'm gonna look for some here. The Wooded Beardsman. That guy who went out. Now your classic, the absolute one you should look at. Idaho Modern Old Timer builds underground and solar $50 houses. Okay, that's Mike Ayler, old boy, rainbow guy. The $50 and up underground house. Get that book. Get his DVDs. There's a set of 3 DVDs. I recommend everybody, to get those for many reasons. Number one, you can build an underground home. You can build an underground greenhouse, and you should really do that. So he built the second one. Yeah, the first one is literally $50 because that's how much he spent on plastic. And then, later on he did a $500 palatial edition. But he has all kinds of ingenious construction design things. What he calls a Royer foyer and Hollywood wing, uphill patio where it's a terraced uphill patio, so all the water drains away from the house, not toward the house, and then you have a garden there. So the whole uphill patio, out the uphill side is a garden. And the next one there, $50 and up underground house on Paul Wheaton. That's a permaculture guy, permies.com. $50 underground house eco building. Look at that. Michael, it was PSP, Ridgetop House. Paul Wheaton, okay. I'm going to knock it off there because I'm getting sick of looking at this too. But PSP, post-shoring polyethylene. And one guy on here, Mike Ayler gives Meadow a tour of his original home, underground home and sustainable farm. I'm not sure which one it is, but I'll note it next time. I'll come back to this at another time. A guy did a post-shoring polyethylene. It was a Russian guy. But I can't recognize it looking through my camera thing here. But he used just tarp. You put a post in the ground, then you put shoring, and then you put tarp, and then you put dirt against it. So he did that. Okay, I'm going to knock this off. I'm getting tired of it. You probably are too. Sorry. So my point is, basic rules of construction of underground homes and whatnot, or any kind of alternative homes. Look outside. What do you see? Build with it. That's what you need to build with. If you got a lot of pine trees, use pine. If you got a lot of oak trees, well, figure out something to do with oak. You can build with oak. You can do a stack wall or a soldier wall where you just vertical logs like that. One guy took a tubing bender and made a 20-foot bend. The bender I have we built a greenhouse with a 20-foot wide greenhouse. So 3 sticks makes you 30 feet across, 20 feet across, 30 feet. 3 times 20. That's a circle, a full 60-foot circumference circle, 20 foot across. Made 2 rings like that. One about a foot off the ground and one about 5 feet off the ground, and then went out and cut down about 100 oak trees that were, and he milled them flat on side to side, and then left the bark on the outside, and flattened on three sides, and then he might have even milled them so they were, you know, angled at the same, so they were butted up against each other. Anyway, so whatever that's pretty simple. He just bolted them into that, lag bolted them into that, those two rings. That was his form, and he calls it a yurk instead of a yurt. It's a 20-foot diameter home. Beautiful job. I mean, just designed a roof for it. Just ingenious stuff. Did it on his little laptop. So anyway, basic ideas of dealing with building any kind of alternative home or shelter is think outside the box. Two, if you can put a roof up, do that first. Then you're working out of the elements instead of working in the rain. You see people doing this in the rain and the snow. Well, look at the trees. You know, put them inside. Where you're going to build. Pick an outer where you can stretch rope from tree to tree to tree to tree to tree. You know, just a simple shed roof will shed rain and tight enough. So high up in two trees and lower in two other trees, and just make a shed roof, just a slanted roof. Okay, like that. Then you're out of the weather. Basic rule is, use what you got handy. Whatever the closest thing is. If it's stones, use stones. If it's you got a lot of trees, use trees. If you got a lot of clay, use clay. Just use what you have available. So, I just want to get these ideas out there and to people that are out there in the country on my subscriber list, because some of y'all may be needing to build a shelter for a few days. Maybe some of these guys just go out and do this overnight. Well, that's a lot of work for one day, because they dugout build in 24 hours. Well, it's going to take you more than 24 hours to build it, so you don't want to just build it and then go build another one. You'd be doing nothing but building all the time. So you got to build it, and you're going to hang out there for a few days, rest up, recuperate, heal up, eat, get fed up, watered up, and get hydrated up, and then move on. Build another one. As you're coming in, my vision is that there's going to be a lot of people coming here to the OzArk Plateau. Okay, with equipment or without it. A lot of people have equipment, chainsaws, ATVs, side by sides, whatever you want to call them, tractors, farm equipment stuff, and they're out there all over the country where they're not going to be able to stay. At some point, they're going to realize, man, I got to get out of here. I'm in this communist state, or this or deprivation is happening. Zombie apocalypse coming down the pike at us. Tsunami coming in, and one lady down was on the live stream, and she said she's 11 feet above sea level. Oh man, get off the East Coast. Get away from the coast. The coast is toast, people. Get away from the border. Don't live near the Canadian border. That means Montana, Idaho. Don't live there. Unless you want to do some serious survival training. Don't live near Mexico. It's pretty simple stuff. Don't be where you're going to be invaded. Don't be in the pathway of invading armies, and we're going to be invaded. So just get that through your head, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so anyway, that's all. I want to say a little bit on that. So, and I talked the other night about salt inhalers for withstanding surviving pandemics, if there ever was one. Because the salt pipe and ultrasonic salt nebulizer, and they're now making them with our diffusers. Call them a diffuser. Look up essential oil salt diffuser. A really cool one on eBay, on Amazon. I'm sorry, one with a remote. Look for $39 with a remote. It looks like a teardrop upside the teardrop, and it nebulizes the salt water in it, and takes up puts out a ultrasonic mist. So that's really cool. Brilliant idea. I really like it. But saline salt solution, whether dry, just salt in a old salt shaker, upside down salt shaker. Inhale through your mouth, exhale through your nose. That will sterilize, sanitize your entire breathing apparatus through your esophagus, down into your lungs. If you breathe really deep, you can completely sanitize your entire lungs. As you're exhaling, you're going to be breathing back out through your esophagus and your throat. Your sinuses, you're going to exhale through your nose. You're going to then clean out your sinuses, nasal passages, everything. Your nose, nostrils, everything. Everything will be sanitized. Okay, salt preserves life. That's why Jesus called us the salt of the earth. We are supposed to be preserving the earth. So, okay, I'm going to check the chat now. I've rambled on long enough, and I apologize. every night, but I have been. Largo, Florida by St. Pete. Okay. Hi, Ya's daughter. Oh, that's a good point. Okay, on underground homes. No, and just understand if you should really get um, Mike Ader stuff because he has you design a 5 room house, and he insists on a window, light, air, and view from all 4 points of the compass in every single room, and that's possible. You can be in an underground house but still have light, open window, air, and a view, beauty from all 4 points of the compass in every single room. And he does it. He proves it can be done with Clear Stories, Royer Foyer, Hollywood Wing, all these different design things that he's put into it. He says that man is the only person stupid entryway. And when he was at a rainbow meeting one time, he's kneeling down on a hillside, and he makes that statement. And then these two guys, these old hippie days, drug, drugs and rock and roll, and these two guys have this big, huge smiles on their face, ear to ear grins. And he said, What's so funny?" They said, "Right when you said that man is the only animal on Earth stupid enough to only have one entryway to a home, this groundhog came up out of the hole over there by that tree and came over and rubbed his head on your foot, and then went back over to his hole." Like the guy, you have my seal of approval. Very cool. And he said, if you've never been to a rainbow gathering, you probably won't believe that story. But if you have been, you'll definitely believe it because things like that happen all the time. So anyway, yeah, underground can be done. It can be beautiful. But he says, yeah, you don't want to live in a cave. He says you'll be depressed. It'll be gloomy, and it's like living in a grave, a cemetery. So yeah, oh, but yeah, daughter, I agree totally with you. But it can be done, and it's some really good reason to do it because if you're living in a earth sheltered home or underground, it's already 50 degrees. You don't have to heat it in the winter, and you don't have to cool it in the summer. You're not going to be miserable in the winter. You're not going to freeze in the winter, and you're not going to be so miserable in the summer. So there's a lot of really good reasons to do it, and that's a money thing and just a flat out staying alive thing someday for a lot of people. And I'm stressing this because I had a vision of an underground home, and it was many years later when I was describing it to a guy. I said it was completely invisible from above. If they had come over to their left, they would have had to stop right as they came to the doorway because they would have fallen off. And oh man, yeah, I think what Father was showing me back then was there's reasons for this. An underground home is fireproof, it's bulletproof, it's earthquake proof, it's tornado proof, and it's hurricane proof. Okay. Now you don't build it in a flood zone or something, but it's basically proof. It's impervious to all those things. Like I said, I don't need insurance. The earth is my insurance. My home is covered by it. So there's reasons for it. Not, we can talk about living in comfort and whatnot, but the day may come when we have to cash in let some of our comforts go. That's what I'm getting at. Get a drink of water. Hang on. Oh, that is not water. All kinds of green stuff in it. Yeah. My phone's gonna go dead here too, so I got to get off. All right. Yeah, I'm in a fifth wheel trailer right now. I got an electric heater. I'm doing okay. I've been wanting to do a light up of my wood stove over in the Airstream, but I going over there today. I just kind of fiddled around in there, kind of cleaned up a little bit. It's ugly. It was my bachelor pad I lived in it for 2 winters, and I just once I lit that stove up, I just kept it there and hang out when I feel like it. So, or a friend can hang in there. So it'll be ready. I want to get ready for occupancy. Just take a lot of cleaning up and picking stuff up, and it's just been a storage unit basically for me for a couple 5 years, 7 years since the divorce. So been all it's been. Bachelor pad. At first I was so depressed and just trying to stay alive. I wasn't really doing anything to any upkeep or maintenance. So hey, yeah, Dan using the nebulizer. Oh, come on, stop doing that. It just fades after a minute. The nebulizer sodium chloride every day for my lungs. VA Mails all supplies to me for years. Wow. Yeah. Well, I just started looking at uh like I say diffusers that have pink Himalayan salt in them, and they also can put essential oil in them. That's really awesome. Very cool. Good deal. I feel it's going to be very, very important. And people that have COPD and asthma, and Shirley here does, and is just trying to get her to understand. Like if you just do the salt pipe on a regular basis every day, I mean, like do it for 10 minutes. Nebulize every day with salt. I think it would heal her lungs. And I have a friend that's really in bad shape too. Very hard to breathe. Always having to be on oxygen and using a nebulizer. Well, heal your lungs up. Hey, Kenneth Lachlan, how you doing? How you out there in Ozark land? Zimbabwe Zach. Woohoo! How you doing, ZZ? Southern California to the foothills in Arizona. Was that by you, any chance? Was that you by any chance, Zach? That'd be nice to hear if you get out of there, Southern California, before it either falls off in the ocean or they bury you. It's getting pretty ugly out there. I know it has been very difficult for you for a while. Look at my channel. I'm going to say this to for everybody that listens to this later. Go to my channel. Just put in how to get out of Babylon. Don't have to put slash or nothing. Just put how to get out of Babylon, underground homes and shelters playlist, and then you'll pull up a playlist that I'm working on for those kind of things. So, and I sometimes playlists I mix in with other topics, and you'll see that sometimes in my playlist. But some of it's unintentional where you just accidentally plugs one in, and I try to get them out. Like one on something like music I listen to at night to sleep. I'll try to pull those out. I threw two of them in there this earlier, and I pulled them out, removed them. So anyway, there might be some goofiness, but just put up with it. Um, I think it would be important to be able to learn how to do an improvised shelter. So if you ever have to do one, you can do it as quickly and efficiently and effectually as possible, as effectively and inefficient, uh, effectively and efficiently as possible, and simply and cheaply too. Like the rule of shrink wrap, that was brilliant. I really like that one, so I might try that myself. All right, so that's about it. I'm gonna wrap this one up. My voice is going, and my battery's about dead, so my phone will shut off just with no warning. So I'm gonna close this one down. I'll check one last time here on the. Yeah, I'm totally in the red. Come on, tablet. 8:30. Half an hour. That's good enough. 25 minutes. Anybody have any last questions? I am doing good alone. Kenneth, what in the world does that mean? What do you mean alone? I thought you were with your daughter or something over there. And what about your wife? I am the wall tied down. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I was thinking, that is so weird. I was thinking about underground shelter homes earlier, then your video popped up hours later. Wow. Oh, that is so cool. Okay. Well, I got a playlist going there. Be aware of that. And I'm working on it. It'll get a lot more. I'll probably have 100 or 200 videos in before long. So go to my channel, go to my playlist, or just punch in how to get out of bed. Where did I go? I think I was off for a minute there. I don't know what happened. Okay, so Seattle. Oh, you're in Seattle. Okay. Y'all, where are you at? I'm in the Ozarks in Missouri. Drive time north of Springfield, Missouri, which is about right in the center of the Ozark Plateau of the what I call the river basin area. And then Humansville, about 15 minutes west of Humansville, and about 25 minutes north of Stockton. So I'm out in the country, almost on the border of Cedar County and St. Clair County. So, okay, that answers that, I guess. Seattle. You're not in Seattle. Tell me, I am the Wallers. Tell me you're not in Seattle. How are all the riots and things? You surviving all that mess? That just sounds so horrific up there. She left you. Oh, Kenneth, I'm so sorry. Probably a good thing though. My friend, the first person that moved here of anybody else, I talked about every 6 months, and he was living in Kansas, back where we came from, after we left Denver. And I'd say, hey, John, if you move here with nothing but the shirt on your back, he was a farmer, he was a mechanic, and he baled hay, and he did greenhouses and kept bees and all kinds of things. I said, if you move here and you show up with nothing but the shirt on your back, you'll be worth $1 million to me, and you don't have to bring your wife. Well, she came later and blah blah blah, and took him through a divorce, and he got back on the bottle, and et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, but yeah, sometimes it's not too much of a loss. I've been, blessed. I mean, it's been 7 years, and it's been a very lonely, very difficult, very trying time. But I'm ready for these times to be over, as the song goes, the old country western song. And I'm ready. 7 year ache. I'm ready for the times to. And that's Crystal Gay. Anyway, yeah, wine. Give me some cheese with that wine, okay? Anyway, it's been very lonely, but what can I say? At first, I was like, oh my, now if I can find a woman that really enjoys, what I enjoy, and I was like, man, I got things to do. I don't have time to go out looking for women or chasing women or going to bars or going to churches to find women or going to meetings to find a woman. I just didn't have time for it. So I just started to kept my nose to the ground, trying to do what I was doing. I put my hand to the plow. I'm not going to turn back. Like John Plowman, the Spurgeon, and William Tyndale said, I'm God's plowboy. I put my hand to the plow. I'm not going to turn back, and that's the way I felt. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And if Father sees fit to, put a woman in my life, then that's up to him. So I'm not stressing about it. It would be nice, yes, but oh well. Okay, well that's about it. I'll pray for you, brother. I didn't know that. So you're still where you were at over there at the lake country, right? And you're near your daughter or with your daughter, I guess. So cool. Well, if you can drive a car some night, we can do a live stream, whatever. But keep working on it. Plug away. You may be doing MGTOW, right? Men going their own way. MGTOW, men going their own way. Um, and maybe that you have a job to do. God's given you a ministry, and she doesn't fit it in, so God removed her from your life. Don't worry about it. I've seen a lot of things. Jezebel coming into play over and over again, just trying to destroy people and trying to kill them. Not just trying to destroy their ministry. Jezebel tried to destroy the prophetic ministry and kill the prophets. Okay, that's what she's all about. So, if you want to talk, I'm a good listener and a good feedback. Give you counsel, give you ideas, comfort, whatever. Cry on my shoulder. Nah, I'm doing good alone. Well, it's good to hear. Good deal. Hallelujah. Walrus out there. Hello. Bye. I'm going to say goodbye now pretty quick. I'm just not up to talking too long tonight. Everybody look into salt pipes, nebulizers. Look on Amazon. A case. I did this twice on eBay. I got cases of salt shakers, white salt shakers, no metal on them. You can pop the bottom out. I showed you the other night. I don't know if I can find it real quick here, but I got 96 of those, a case of them, or maybe there's 48. I don't know. Can you see that? So I put both my thumbs on it and punch it in, and you'll hear it pop. Pop it, rotated, and then I can just leave that thing in there. The bottom, I just kind of rotate it over, so if I happen to drop it, all the salt won't dump out, and it'll pretty much keep it from falling out. I can do it like that. and I can breathe, inhale through my mouth. I can't stress this enough. Breathe in through your mouth, exhale through your nose. You will sanitize your entire breathing apparatus, your lungs, your esophagus, your throat, your nasal passages, your sinuses, everything. First one I made was with a vitamin bottle, and he would, no kidding, I would put me to sleep in 4 breaths, and I'd stop breathing. So, oops. Lungs are parasympathetic. My read on it is that I got so much oxygen in my bloodstream that my body said, lungs, you don't need to work right now, and they'd stop working for about a half a second or so, and then I'd wake up and go, oh, that's really cool, very peaceful, very very nice, you know. But I'd literally go to sleep in 4 breaths, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and I'd be asleep. 3 breaths, 3 or 4 breaths. So very phenomenal, very powerful, very healing. Keep you alive. Get an ultraviolet light too to check your skin. Be able to see if people have COVID. What they say is COVID. If people have been vaccinated, you know, you can tell just by supposedly their blood's going to start, their veins will glow with an ultraviolet light. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to test it. I got a couple. I found a bunch I bought years ago, so I'm going to get Bill one. I'm going to keep one with me and share on people's hands unobtrusively, fairly unobtrusively. Anyway, health, very important. Stay alive. Um, be unselfish. Be loving. That's the way I start hammering on talking about is there's an idea called disinterested benevolence. You know, unself be of the church of the your brethren. Cool. Using salt and inhaler right now, good deal. No, Gad. I would have to put a trap and spit ale on it. I don't know. I'm still with no one. You're near your daughter, is that correct though, Kenneth? I think you were going to be near your daughter and her family or something. Anyway, good to hear you're doing good. Hopefully you got some property or something over there. Okay, guys, my battery's about dead. I'm going to sign off here. Mullen plant, yeah, mullen plant's good. Yeah, definitely good for lungs. Um, good to smoke with lobelia. I've heard be kind of rough.